my conversation with Kishor Patil, co-founder, CEO and MD at KPIT Technologies. I understand it's a good set of numbers, the environment is tough. However, the street is concerned about the deferment in terms of the FY26 guidance. I understand you're awaiting better visibility. The demand and pipeline conversion is what you're watching out for. But where is it that you're seeing concerns?
I think I may just say that we should celebrate what we have done in the last year first. I think it has been a pretty good performance by the team and done well, especially on profitability where the whole of the industry has struggled. It just gives us a very good runway into the next year as we go and, as we have the different challenges face the overall situation globally. The point we have talked about is if you look at consistently the kind of closures we have made every quarter, and especially the last quarter, it's amazing. It's one of the best of recent times. And also we have announced also a specific partnership with MBRDI. And that shows that there are new clients, there are new things which are happening. See, last year, Q2, we were a little unsure. Q3, we talked about seeing some good interactions with the client and demand picking up. Q4, we are building on that. I think the current situations in US is a bit of, I would say, interruption. And I guess the dust should settle down in a quarter or so. And otherwise, I see no reason. There are reasons why OEMs have to spend, and there is a reasons why KPIT is going to win a larger part of it. So I have no concerns on that, but this is something which is we are watching closely.
Okay. So, Kishor, when you talk about the dust should settle, would it be right to say that the deal ramp-ups could probably only start in the second half of FY26? The first half could remain muted. And secondly, the sporadic instances of cancellations of smaller projects that is coming in, not only for KPIT, but for the industry as a whole. What is the kind of quantum you're looking at currently?
The first thing I want to answer is it's not that everything is going to start after Q2. That is not what we are saying, actually. Actually, many of these clients are in a hurry to actually engage because it is for them to really have some of these technologies adopted. It is for them to have their production program well in place earlier. They have already started engaging. Some of these we are transitioning when we are, taking over some of these this work from OEMs, or in other works also we have started work. I think the scale up is a bit slow, and which I believe will start growing after that. From your question on the things which are falling down a little bit here and there, not too many. There are few discretionary deals. Again, we are not seeing something completely falling down. I think some cases it doesn't get renewed, but it's not a big portion for the large OEMs. Where we see some issue, if at all, is the tier one, which is not a big part of our business, but that's one where there is some kind of volatility. But rest, I think there are many areas of growth, right? India, Asia are still growing reasonably well. So I think overall, I think that should be the balance. And I believe once, whatever, I think a quarter, 3 to 4 months, 5 months, I think things should be on the right course.
Okay, that's an interesting one. So overall, if you're talking about the OEM segment, now KPIT's exposure is really high. If there is a potential slowdown in the R&D investments by auto OEMs, that's what probably will hit a KPI, right? KPIT. What is the trend that you're picking up so far that we've already done the first month of the first quarter of the financial year? What is it telling you?
I mean, what is telling me is there are bigger deals being discussed, there are bigger deals being closed, there are bigger deals being announced. I know there are actual problems on the ground, specifically European OEMs want to really make some change in their ecosystem build engineering quicker, faster, bring innovation, and end-to-end view. So they want a very reliable partner. There are many OEMs who are struggling for the next year SOP, as we call, and they are very keen to move forward. So uh, if you, I mean, at a generic philosophical level, if somebody is in a problem, then also he needs help, and they are all our very esteemed clients. So we will do whatever we can do for them, and fortunately, we are in a very good position to bring the solutions to the client, and we understand the client requirement very well. So that is the one point I would just like to say. The second point, as we have been talking about off-highway and commercial, I think we have started winning few, and we see another place where we can grow. Uh, and we have also expanded into few markets which are still building. Like either you look at India, you look at some of the other markets which are in Asia, but not China or Japan. And there are certain markets in Europe. So I think there is enough in the world which is okay. And in all these parts of the world, there are different problems to solve. And I think we are in a reasonable position to address those problems.
Okay. In terms of your deals, now with regards to the Mercedes deal as well, what's the kind of scope? Because I think some part of the deal TCV is already included in the third quarter of FY25. What portion would be coming in the coming quarters? And are you expecting further expansion there?
Yeah, I mean, see, when we, as you have seen in the past, typically we engage with the client on a strategic basis. It's a long-term engagement. We are not on the project-to-project basis. We typically get into a platform or a longer-term program. And so absolutely, we see it's a very strategic step, and, something on which we will build over the period more.